Okay folks, I've not done one of these before, so I see how we go with it. Something different, a little bit boring in some ways, but still it's quite colourful. I don't know how big we're going to make it. Maybe B4 to A4. Soon find out. Okay, let's see what we have. We have here to do names and rewards. So I think we could call this a merit chart for children in particular. You know, you're a star, whatever. Something to get children to do their schoolwork, I take it. So it's a little bit bigger than a B4 that way and B4 that way. So I'm going to have to reduce it a bit on the vertical. But basically, it's to encourage children, I think, to do their schoolwork and all that. I hated school, folks. School was awful. I was both a failure socially as well as academically. So I got teased and bullied a lot, so that was the shape of my school life, and being in trouble for not supposedly applying myself when I had undiagnosed brain damage. Now that looks really quite interesting. Got that bit there, but we still got that. Makes it better. We're just going to make this into a movement piece. But basically I just couldn't hold my own very well at school. It was a horrible place. I just couldn't enjoy school. It was a horrible existence. I never had what it took to be an A grade student. I know the teachers didn't hate me. They did care for me. They only did what they knew. They didn't know that I had brain damage. I guess I was sort of angry at the clinical people who, when I was at special school, who never even thought that maybe that was a possibility. I had a cord around my neck and I came out breech, which meant that I just had lots of short-term memory and hippocampus regions damaged by this cord around my neck and breech. Oxygen starvation. So I'm really angry that I was never given a rhyme or a reason why I fucked up at school. I had to the schools expected heaps from me. Now that looks interesting. I think we can just cut that off and fill that in. That looks brilliant. So yeah, I just couldn't enjoy my time at school. I just couldn't get away from the bullying and the teasing and all the shit that was going down, and me getting into trouble for not doing my homework or having temper tantrums to do with maths and all that sort of shit. So really I'm actually thinking I might have to enlarge it a bit more on the horizontal to get rid of that black area. But I really wish I could have had more sympathy applied instead of me being treated like I was the one to blame, like it was all my fault that I couldn't apply myself, that I didn't want to apply myself. I would have loved to have succeeded, I just couldn't. Instead of succeeding, I sucked. And to people in the schools, the kids, I really sucked. I was the lowest of the low when it came to students. And my brother was always in the enrichment classes and having a good social life. Incidentally, he hates me. But I just couldn't be the kind of person my parents wanted me to be, or the teachers or whoever else it was that wanted me to be something. I just couldn't do it. Wondering where the centre of this job is going to be. I don't know if that's going to be or there. But I really had trouble, and I just couldn't do what I had to do to be a decent student. You know, I wanted to be myself, but I couldn't. Being myself equaled more bullying, more teasing, and I just couldn't get my head around how I could avoid being teased and bullied and being treated like it was all my fault that I was not performing in the classroom. So I really found school was a horrible place, and I never ever want to go back, not even as an adult. And if I want to learn, one day they'll have technology, they'll have bionic brain parts that'll help brain damaged regions be working again. And that I look forward to, and I will have to go back and study and fill in all the gaps that were left and beyond. I want to become CEO of a future photocopier company, and I want to become a scientist, and I want most of the money that I make as a CEO to go towards science and humanities. And I want to spearhead science projects that will help change the world, like how to fix climate change, which is a huge problem we've got, a huge existential issue that we have. So there's a lot of things I want to do, folks, and I won't be going back to the classroom like in a school. I'd probably do it online or through some education, maybe like TAFE or something, or university. It'll have to be uni eventually, but that's turned out better than I thought. I think now we can call this demo quits.